It's getting hot outside. People are going to be drinking water and stuff like that, and you really should start bringing a water bottle with you. However, the thing I'm about to show you is probably the stupidest fucking thing I have ever seen in terms of trying to hydrate your body. And yes, I know I'm crooked. I was sitting weird because I was facing the monitor that's that way. So, I went ahead and did a deal for this thing where you got for $5, you got the bottle, and the stupidest thing I've seen introduced in their product line. I have used this product before, I still found it stupid then, and I found it even more stupid later. Let's go ahead and get this thing out. Sponsors everywhere except for here. Cirkul. I think like fucking Mr. Beast or something is sponsored by this company that, frankly, their mission statement makes no sense to me. We're going to crack this thing open, but for $5 you get a bottle, one of their little sips, and then 22, I think, or maybe less than that, I don't know, of their new thing called Cirkul Singles. These things are $15 for a 16 pack. And I'm going to show you why that's really stupid when we get into this. Let's go ahead and crack this open. For $5, it's not a bad deal. You get a water bottle and stuff like that. That's fine. Okay. It comes with a piece of plastic with those things in them. Lid. And a sip. Now, this is supposed to sign you up for subscription. You can also just not. You can immediately cancel the subscription or do what I did. I did a privacy.com thing and I refused to give them my actual card information because I think this idea is stupid. Let me just go ahead and get this out. Which, I am going to use all these. Do not get me wrong. I will not let any of this go to waste. I will still use every little bit of this. I'm not mad at the company for doing what makes them money. I'm mad at them for advertising it the way they do. Each sip cartridge can flavor the equivalent of 6 bottles of water. I will go ahead and tell you that's about right. My problem with this company is not them selling stuff. My problem is how they try to market it. They try to market this as a way for you to save bottles and to enjoy water. And my problem with that is there are things that do that for a lot cheaper. You can go to the store right now and buy just a standard water bottle and something like this. This right here includes 6 packets in it for $1. I actually got this one for 26 cents from Walgreens. 0 sugar. Look at that, only 5 calories for the entire thing. 0 calories. That is good. That is nice of them to do that. What is this helping? In my opinion, it's making thicker plastic crap. Because, we'll get this out real quick. So this is what these things are. The Cirkul Sips are just a little plastic capsule. This has a different plastic capsule inside of it, which, if you just get this kit, I won't lie to you, you can make some good use out of just this kit by refilling this with things like Mio or the Kool-Aid stuff or something like that, instead of buying this crap. Now, some people do like the simplicity of just putting the new one on and enjoying. I found that really stupid. I found this whole product really stupid. I did give them the $5. It was $5 for a water bottle, basically. Because I was like, hey, I lost mine in the move. Because I did have one of these. In fact, my entire family had one of these. We all loved the idea of it at the beginning, and slowly but surely just grew to dislike it more and more when we all went back to using metal bottles that... The metal version of this, I think, cost like $50 at the time of me doing that. I don't know how much it costs now. I won't lie to you. I did the $5 of this and quit giving a crap. Ooh, I'm noticing something. Caffeine. Wait, are these liquid? Oh, ew. Oh, that's even worse to me. I thought it was going to be like a powder. These are liquid. What the... I mean, they include a lot of flavors. I'll give them that. It's a really nice sample pack. If you want to try out all their stuff, I mean, this is a great way to do it. I won't lie. They nailed that idea of it. In fact, honestly, I think in terms of trying to get someone hooked on their flavors, this is the best way they could have done it, is just a bunch of single packets of all the different flavors they include, which, I mean, there's a bunch of them here. I will definitely end up drinking all of these at some point. Just as a heads up for everyone, these things, they mark the amount of milligrams in them. Do be careful not to overdrink how much caffeine you can have in a day. Daily limit should be about 400 for most people, although you can go higher or lower depending on your body weight and how much you're able to handle. Just a word of caution. I know I'm sponsored by a company on my other channel, well, affiliated. I don't get paid by them unless you guys buy stuff. But I know that I have that kind of caffeine thing on the back end, and I drink caffeine like it's nothing, but I thought I'd have more to say about how dumb these things are to me, especially when things like the Mio shots and the Kool-Aids and stuff are, and the only thing I will say about this that is kind of cool is this little flavor dial thing that they have, which is kind of cool, and at least unlike, there's one of them, one of these kind of companies that exists that instead of actually flavoring the water, they put something that makes the water have a smell. That's worse. That's worse to me. Even though you're not actually changing the water in any way, shape, or form, that seems bad, and I don't actually think you're saving anything with that, just like I don't think you're saving anything with this. If you want to have one that saves things, what you should do is you should get a reusable bottle and fill it up with Mio, or get the $5 thing for this, where you can get the wonderful deal of one of these sips, all of this stuff, and a bottle. And then what you can do when you finally empty this thing out is this piece right here pops off. And that right there, you can pop this right here out and refill it with anything of your choosing. It can be the Kool-Aid, it can be Mio, it can be anything like that. And because of that, I will end up using this for that kind of stuff. Because it is not a bad bottle for that kind of situation. In fact, it works fine. You fill it up with water, and then you can flavor it. It's not a bad idea in that form. It's just, I really disagree with this, the selling of these little capsule things. I like that they're in Walmart now, so I mean, if you want a quick fix, you could probably go to the clearance aisle and buy like 4 of them, and they'll probably be there. Or whenever they do a flavor change, because they apparently do flavors that are seasonal or something like that, then you can get them for cheap, probably there. This bottle's really dirty. It's been sitting for a bit in like just in its box because I've been waiting to record this. But yeah, I guess I should try it. What flavor was this again? I'm not even gonna really like this. I know it's fruit punch. Alright, give me 1 second. We'll actually give it a try. I have filled it with water. I will now take a sip of this thing. It has a little cap on it, which I do like. How's the leak? That doesn't leak anymore. That's the thing they fixed. On the old models, these things used to leak like mad. It seems like they fixed that at least, so I'll give them that. They have improved. It used to leak specifically where the sip was. Let me pop this thing off. That's weird looking. The rubber gasket. Just so you know, whenever this thing starts getting weird colors, do not keep drinking. That's mold. Anyway, got the flavor dial here, so currently if I were to sip, it would be completely no flavor, so it would just be water. Let's turn that thing to... turn it to a 4. And I guess I'll give this a try. I mean, yeah. Now, I ranted a lot at the beginning of this about cost and all that stuff. I will give them this. Okay? Any way you choose to drink more water in a day, I am fully all for. Even if it's something like this, where... these bother me more than the sips at this point. Because the sips you can get for, like... I think Walmart sells them for... hold on. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. So Walmart sells the sips now for $4. When I first did the subscription thing where I was trying out a bunch of flavors and stuff like that, it was like trying to get like $6 or $8 for you to be able to buy one sip. But it's come down to $4, and that may have just been back in the day, and I also may have been forgetting it. It's been like, I started trying them whenever they were brand new. So being $4, a lot of what my anger is only at these. These are my only real problem now. Did these even say that you need to put them in the bottle? Or can I just, like, crack these into, like, anything? As much as 6 apples, thanks. Flavored drink mix. Where's the fucking instructions? There are none. Really? I guess they're just assuming you're gonna mix this with their bottle, but that seems a little, none of you say to, like, put you in a specific amount or something? That seems a little odd to not tell you, like, hey, how much can I put in? It just tells me, hey, it has, as many as so-and-so kiwis. Or, that's printed wrong. Because that's supposed to be at the top. That's funny. There's no, like, instructions or anything. Really? Made in Cirkul, yeah. Got a little tear there. It's already started opening. That's not good. Thing is how these are liquid. Actually, that may just be a tear thing, make it easier to open, which is kind of nice. Yeah, these are my only things I have as much of a problem with now. These, I mean, people can like them, people can hate them. They don't taste bad. They taste fine. But I don't know. Something about them bothers me more than anything. 84% reduction in plastic is my biggest problem, I think, with these nowadays, because the bottle's plastic. This piece is a very thick plastic. I don't even know. Oh, that's kind of cool. That wasn't a thing before. This right here, you push it, and it opens. Kind of cool. I can find things I like about things I don't like. Okay, but I don't know what kind of plastic these things are, like these things in particular. But I don't know if it's recyclable. Actually, wait. Can you use within 10 days of opening? Don't worry, it won't take that long. 0 calories. What kind of plastic is this made out of? You guys should really start saying that. Yeah, because if I don't know what kind of plastic this thing is, I don't know if it's recyclable. Hold on. Does anyone know? Okay, apparently this is known about. The plastic on the outside is type 5, which is recyclable. To a certain degree, most places should take it just fine. The internal thing, that little thing I showed you you can pop out and replace with Mio, that is not. But that's very tiny, okay? I will give them that. That's not recyclable, but it's very, very small in comparison to a water bottle. I will concede that I am mistaken on those. However, these are just a bad fucking value. Anyway, these things aside, which I can't get behind this kind of thing. If it gets you to try stuff, go for it. I will say that for what you saw on screen, the subscription was going to be continuing at $30 a month. $30! That's higher than my water bill. I don't understand why anyone would do the subscription. The sips are fine now. They're fine. I was bothered by them a lot whenever I first started having them, and then we started opening them to put stuff inside of it, and then it was fine again. This is fine. I don't mind them as much. They taste okay. They don't hurt anybody. And the fact that they are recyclable, now that I know, hey, Cirkul, put that on here. I don't see anything that says it's recyclable. It just tells me that there's no artificial flavors, 0 calories. No artificial colors, no sugar, and an 84% reduction in plastic. That's great and all. Tell me it's recyclable. Give instructions on how to disassemble it so I can recycle it properly. Because you have to take apart the fucking thing in order for me to recycle it. I can get angry all over again at the fact you don't tell me that. Because I had to look it up. And someone else had to find out that, hey, yeah, you can recycle it. You just gotta pop it apart first. Which, by the way, is how we ruin the fact that these are sips. We can replace it with anything we fucking want. All that aside, and this crap aside, I don't hate it anymore. I did, but these being lower in price, and your bottle actually feels a little bit higher quality than the last time I bought one. Cause yeah, I've bought your stuff before. It was nice. I don't agree with you trying to sign me up for a subscription as a promotion. I get why you do that. It's how you're going to make money off of this, is because you want people to forget the subscription, or that they keep the subscription and then they're in your ecosystem. I do not do that. However, having the bottle now, you will probably end up getting me on the sips at some point, or I'm going to refill this with Mio and not care. It's probably the second one. I don't know if there's anything much more for me to say, but I think I was more angry at the beginning of this than I was toward the end. It's fine. It tastes okay. The bottle's gotten improved. It no longer leaks. The sip tastes okay. I don't think there's much more for me to say. Those are fucking stupid, though. Just buy this. You can go to, like, any dollar store and buy a couple of these for pretty cheap. Even ones with caffeine in them. I have some at work that I use for that have caffeine in them. I use these ones when I go fishing because I like having a little bit of flavor in my water bottle. And I guess I'll use these for a bit just so I can get rid of them. Also because I don't ever pass up on caffeine. That's cheap caffeine. I won't lie. But looking online right now, these for 16 of them are $15. It's $1 for 6 of them. Cirkul sell these in multi-packs and start making them cheaper to at least make it a little bit nicer. Because then you don't have to worry about people buying into your ecosystem. You're just worried about people buying stuff that tastes good. And that's the right way I think you should do it. I think that's all. See you guys next time. Peace. Son of a bitch, you have me drinking it and not even think about it. You win.